Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to get into a really cool puzzle that honestly impacts pretty much everything we do. We're talking about the super tricky relationship between cause and effect. All right, let's dive right in. It sounds so basic, doesn't it? What really causes what? But, have you ever been stuck in a problem like a loop where you can't even tell what the real issue is? Because it feels like everything is just causing everything else. Well, that's exactly the knot we're going to untangle today. So, to start, let's just lay down the ground rules, the most fundamental law of how cause and effect is supposed to work. The easiest way to think about it, it's a one-way street. Simple as that. At its heart, the rule is just this. You have one thing, the cause, and it makes another thing happen, the effect. It's like dominoes, The first one falls and knocks over the second one. A causes B. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, here is the absolute golden rule of this one-way street. An effect can never be greater than its cause. Think about it. The cause has to contain all the potential, all the information for the effect that follows. The cause comes first, and it literally holds the blueprint for what's about to happen. And this is a perfect way to picture it. The seed, that's your cause. It has everything it needs inside of it, the full potential to become a tree. The tree itself is the effect. It's just that potential, made real. A tree can't come before the seed, right? And it can't be more than what the seed was programmed to be. It's a totally clear one-way trip. Okay, so that all makes sense. But what happens when that simple one-way street suddenly starts to look more like a chaotic two-way roundabout? This is where it all gets a really interesting plot twist. So let's explore this. What happens when the effect seems to loop back around and actually cause the cause? What if B seems to be causing A at the very same time A is causing B? How is that even possible? This is where things start to get really fun. Let's use an example that I think we can all relate to. It's no secret that being stressed out can totally ruin your sleep. You're tossing and turning, your mind's going a million miles an hour. Stress is the cause and poor sleep is the effect. Easy enough. But here's the thing. We also know the reverse is 100% true. When you have a bad night's sleep, you wake up tired, you're irritable, you can't handle things as well. So poor sleep absolutely causes stress. And just like that, we're stuck in a loop. And this right here is the paradox. Think about it. If stress causes poor sleep, then stress has to come first. But if poor sleep causes stress, then poor sleep has to come first. They can't both come first. It just doesn't work. It's a total logical impossibility, that classic chicken and egg problem. And this is where we get a really brilliant revelation, a way to solve this puzzle by introducing two totally different types of causes. This is the big aha moment. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, the key insight is this. When you see two things that look like they're causing each other, it's a huge clue that neither of them is the real ultimate cause. They're what we call relative causes. And their circular relationship actually points to something deeper, a hidden single cause that's pulling the strings on both of them. So in our example, the stress and the poor sleep, they aren't the root of the problem. They're just symptoms. They're relative causes caught in this nasty feedback loop, just making each other worse. They influence each other, for sure, but neither one of them started the fire. So what is that hidden factor? It's called the determining cause. This is the real reason. It's the single source that's quietly creating both the stress and the bad sleep. It's the engine that's actually driving that whole loop. So if we go back to our example, what could a determining cause be? Well, it's not the stress itself. It could be something like a super high-pressure job. Or maybe it's money worries. It could even be something physical, like a really unhealthy diet or not getting any exercise. Any one of those things could easily be the underlying issue that causes both stress levels to go up and sleep quality to go down. Okay, so why is this so important? Because this little mental model gives us a much more powerful way to solve our problems. Instead of just running around fighting symptoms, it's all about finding that deeper why. And here it is, probably the most important takeaway from our whole chat today. The next time you find yourself stuck in one of those negative cycles, just stop. Stop trying to fix the individual pieces of the loop. Take a step back and ask yourself, what is the one thing that could be causing all of this? That is the key right there.
You're not looking for 10 different fixes for 10 different symptoms. No, you're looking for the one determining cause. Because when you identify and you address that single root problem, whether it's the job, the finances, the lifestyle, you can break the entire cycle at once.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's a frustrating feedback loop that you see playing out in your own life? And now, looking at it through this new lens, what do you think might be the single hidden determining cause behind it all? Thanks for tuning in.